Good morning. Good morning. We will begin our service with the ringing of the temple bell. Please listen quietly as the sounding of the concho is an invitation to settle our hearts and minds as we prepare to receive the Dharma. Thank you.
Namanam, 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 namanam.
Once again, good morning. I am Melissa Tagawa and I will serve as your MC. I'd like to welcome all of you to today's hybrid service in observance of Autumn Ohigan. A special aloha to our in-person guest speaker, Rev Shin Nishiyama, who got up very early this morning to catch the flight over to Kona from Honolulu. As Reverend Blaine explains, Ohigan services occur twice a year around the spring and fall equinox, when the daylight and nighttime are equal. In many ancient cultures, it was a time of celebration to remind us of our deep connection to the rhythms and cycles of the earth and the entire universe. Ohigan translates as the other shore and is a metaphor for crossing from this shore of ignorance, anger, and greed to the other shore of nirvana and peace. Before we move on, as a reminder for those of you on Zoom, please be sure to mute your mics during the entire service. For those of you here at the temple, please take this time to silence your cell phones. Assisting the temple with technical support are Alan Matsumoto, Stephen Kaneko, and Wendy Terada. Betty Takioka will lead the singing. Let us start the service with the offering of flowers by Miss Myrna Kunihiro and Mrs. Rochelle Tagawa. Offering of lights will be done by Hetty Casquillo Gray and Jack Nunberg. Please rise for Vandana and Tisarana, led by Reverend Blaine. Please chant both the Pali and English parts together with him. Reminder to those of you on Zoom, please be sure to mute your mics.
sangha for guidance. Namanda, Butsu Namanda, Butsu Namanda, Butsu Namanda, Butsu Namanda, Butsu Namanda.
Please remain standing as Reverend Blaine will now share an aspiration.
Please join me in Gasho. We gather this morning as friends in the Dharma, as fellow travelers along the journey of life. As we welcome the turning of the seasons, we reflect on the path of the Bodhisattva, aspiring for the other shore of awakening, which frees us from the poisons of greed, anger, and ignorance. During the autumn equinox, we celebrate the transition from the glory of summer to the twilight of autumn, and reflect on our deep connection to the rhythms and cycles of the earth, when all of nature and the entire universe are in perfect balance. May we too find spiritual balance through the Buddha's teaching. Let us endeavor to listen to the Buddha Dharma with not just our ears, but with our entire being, and strive to embody the teachings in all that we do for the welfare and the happiness of all. May we offer our loving kindness to all who are experiencing difficulties during these challenging times. May the Buddha's light give us courage and peace. Entrusting the dynamic activity of all-inclusive wisdom and all-embracing compassion, we call the honored name of Amida, the Buddha of infinite light and life, in gratitude, joy, and awareness for the enlightenment and the life to come. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Namanda Butsu.
You may be seated. It is now time for the offering of incense. We invite all Sangha members in attendance to please come up and offer incense if you wish, starting with the front rows and moving towards the back. Please use both incense burners. Let us now observe a moment of silent meditation.
Namanam, 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 namanam.
Reverend Blaine will now lead us in chanting the sutra, Hymn in Praise of Buddha. Words can be found on page 112 in the Shodo Shinshu service book and on your screen. Again, page 112.
The Buddha of infinite light and life made vows to embrace all beings equally without exception. These vows promise to create a perfect world where no suffering or evil exists and guides us to supreme awakening. The San Butsuge, or Hymn in Praise of Buddha, is a poem from the larger Pure Land Sutra in which Amida Buddha, as a bodhisattva, praises his teacher and makes his 48 vows to establish the Pure Land of enlightenment for the welfare and the happiness of all beings. We chant the words of the Buddha as a reminder of these great vows of compassion made to awaken us all. The Hymn in Praise of Buddha. Your face shines in great splendor, boundless, wondrous dignity, such the greatness of your light, beyond all comparison. Brightness of the sun and moon, and the shining mani jewels, when compared to your brilliance, seem to us like blackest ink. Tathagata's countenance transcends all comparison. The great voice of awakening resounds through the 10 quarters. Your precepts, learning, effort, meditation, wisdom are virtues beyond all compare, ultimate, supreme, and rare. Your deep meditation has fathomed all the Dharma sea to the limits and the depths of all things the Buddhas teach. ignorance, anger, and greed. The world honored one as none, like a lion among men. Measureless your great virtue, vast are your great virtuous deeds. Wisdom deep and so sublime, your radiant luminous light shakes all the world's foundations. When I become a Buddha, equal to the Dharma King, I will transcend birth and death, liberating all beings. My giving discipline mind, precepts, patience, and effort, meditation and wisdom shall be supreme, unsurpassed. I will attain Buddhahood, everywhere fulfill my vow, bringing to all those in fear great peace and tranquility. Though there are myriad Buddhas, beyond measure, beyond count, and great sages numberless, like the grains of Ganges sands, I will honor each of them, equally accepting none. Even more importantly, I will seek the supreme way, even though all Buddha worlds are countless as Ganges sands, even though all lands and realms are boundless without measure. Yet my light shall reach them all, and illumine every place. Such shall be my perfect work, such my power infinite. When I attain Buddhahood, my land will be first and best, place of practice transcendent, its people sublime and rare, land equal to nirvana, beyond all comparison, with pity for everyone, I will carry all across, all who come from 10 quarters to be born into my land, to attain pure joyful mind, peace and great tranquility. Be my witness, Buddha, please. Confirm my sincerity. Now that I have made my vows, I will strive to fulfill them. Buddha constantly without regret. The virtue of Amida's vow is shared equally by all, together attaining awakened mind. We are born in the land of peace. Namandabu, 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 namandabu.
Please rise for the Gatha, living gratefully. Words can be found on the handouts and on your screen. We have a treat today as Linda Nagai, Mildred Kaneko, Maki Yamaguchi, and Jules Dudois will accompany us on the ukulele.
While they're getting set up, I just wanted to say a special thank you to our guest organist this morning. She's Joy Nishida. Joy, wave your hand. Joy. Joy is from Windward Buddhist Temple on Oahu, and she was here for the lay convention, which was held the past 2 days. And she's staying here till today, so she volunteered to play the organ for us. So thank you very much, Joy. Let's all live in harmony, trying to live as one. One more time.
Let's all live in harmony, trying to live as one. All of us together, always, living life with Buddha's love. Hand in hand we move along, let's all live in peace. Strive to be the best we can, living gracefully. Kindness to every living thing, showing our gratitude. Loving all our friends and family, showing thanks for all they do. Hand in hand we move along, let's all live in peace. Strive to be the best we can, living gratefully.
Woohoo! Good job, ukulele gang. They have to sing it twice. Couldn't do it just once because they practice really hard.
Please be seated. Thank you, ukulele players. This morning, I am happy to introduce to you our guest speaker, Reverend Ni- Nishiyama, resident minister of Jikoen Hongwanji in Honolulu. Reverend Nishiyama was born in Fukuoka, Japan, and is from a temple family. He graduated from Ryukoku University and registered as a Hongwanji minister in 1991. His ministerial journey in Hawaii began at Hawaii Betsuen from 1991 to 1992. He spent the next 8 years as a minister at Waimea Hongwanji and West Kauai Hongwanji. From 2000 to 2005, he worked at Hompa Hongwanji Mission of Hawaii headquarters. In 2005, he returned to being a temple minister at Jikoan Temple, where he has since served for the past 18 years as the resident minister and principal of the Lumbini Preschool. Reverend Nishiyama is married to wife Suzue and has a daughter Shauna and son Skylar, along with 2 dogs. His hobby is riding motorbikes. Please give a warm welcoming aloha to Reverend Shindo Nishiyama.
Okay. May I ask everyone to put their hand in God's show for opening aspiration? Opening aspiration, I will quote from the Hymns of the Dharma Age by Shinran Shonin. I quote, "Such is a benevolence of Amida's great compassion that we must strive to return it, even to the breaking of our bodies. Such is the benevolence of the masters and the true teachers that we must endeavor to repay it, even to our bones becoming dust." Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Thank you, Arisa, for being MC this morning, and then very nice good work. Thank you so much. And thank you, Rev Higa, and everyone for inviting me today's Konahonganji, the Ohigan service. And Linda, thank you so much for picking me up in the transportation this morning, and very honor the breakfast at Teshima. Breakfast. I I didn't know that. I know Manago. Of course, I stay a couple nights before, and pork chops and the morning breakfast, and no radio, no phone, nothing, no Wi-Fi, nothing, just like corner coffee branches and from room in the windows. But Teshima is the first time. I didn't know that, and then I really enjoy the Linda's choice Japanese breakfast. And I love furikake on the rice. Thank you, Linda, and keep company. It's a wonderful. You are welcome. For me, have a breakfast this morning. Thank you, Arisa, for introduction about me. I came to Hawaii in 1991. I was 28 years old. Arisa, don't try to figure out my age. I know you always think, oh, he's an old man. 1991, what's time for? But anyway, and then as she introduced, I was assigned to Waimea Honganji Kauai. And Susie and I moved in Waimea Kauai 1 month before Hurricane Iniki hit in 1992. So we survived Hurricane Iniki. But because of Hurricane Iniki, I received wonderful aloha from neighbors and everyone, the Kauaians. That experience made me to stay in Hawaii until I die. So thank you so much, everything. I receive a blessing from them. Okay, now screen on. Okay, so today, I like to, because Arisa, you cover about meaning of Ohigan, so I don't need to repeat again. It's a wonderful explanation. Thank you so much, Arisa. But Ohigan is a very wonderful time, like as she said, best season in Japan, like from winter to spring. March is the middle, so not the cold, not hot. And autumn, September around is like summer is the end, and autumn start. So very harmonious weather is very wonderful, best season, not hot, not cold. And also, Ohigan is, originally began from Japan, and the people, they get together at the temple at home, or to visit their graveyard to extend their appreciation for their ancestors. So Ohigan, today, we are here to have a very peaceful, harmonious time together in praising the Buddha's virtue and also respecting our ancestors, their life of dedications. So today, my talk will be Japanese characters on. How many of you study Japanese before? Don't worry, this is not the class, Japanese class. I have no any questions for your skills in Japanese. Okay, so on is, well, for Jodo Shinshu followers, on is kind of familiar, like Ondoku-san, the gata, or Ho-onko. Ho-onko is a Shinran Shonji memorial service to extend or repay our gratitude for his life of dedications. So on, next page, please. On kanji is like this. First top one, like square, and the inside the die. And under the top one, bottom one is mind, heart, and love. So this original on, or gratitude, or appreciation, came from this picture. Like a baby in a cradle, and sleeping well with much love, caring by parents. How many of you remember when you were a baby? Nobody remember. But your parents, guardians, grandparents, or sister brothers, because of their much love, caring, even you don't remember, but you are like this, sleeping in a, sleeping and peacefully, harmoniously, and your hand like this, very full relaxing. So on came from this picture, the baby in the cradle. Okay. So so when we receive a love and compassion or kindness from another person, like a baby parents or grandparents, we are filled with so much gratitude. We wish to do something to express our gratitude. So it is a feeling of our deep appreciation and the expression of the profound gratitude that we call on. So we don't know how much we receive a parent when you're a baby, but because of their love, caring, we are able to survive. We are able to be here today. So on means to return our gratitude for seeing and seeing blessings in our lives. Now, on next page. Oh, next. Okay. On in Yakuza style. Do you know that Yakuza means? Everybody know Yakuza? Okay, like in translation, Japanese mafia or gang. I'm not Yakuza, I'm talking about. Okay. Okay, now I'd like to share with you my experience or my family experiences. Back to 1945, my father came back from military base because of the end of the war, and he was drafted, imperial military, government to assign the office to write the name of deceased soldiers, the name, and send out to the surviving families. Because end of the war, there are no any ashes from Philippines or Guam. There are nothing remain returned. So my father was in charge of write the name and also Buddhist name and put in a small wooden box and send out to the surviving families. So after the war, he came back and he married my wife, my okasan. But okay. So next picture. When he came back to home, my hometown is Omuta City, Fukuoka, Japan. My temple is located in the city, but not the center of the city. My home is like the outside of the city, a little countryside. It is located in the middle of the mountains. And also in front of, around my temple is farmers, fishermen in the town. So when he came back and after married, but before he came back, February of 1945 and in June 1945, there are major air raid in my Omuta city. So this picture shows how they burned the whole city, my hometown. According to the record, over 2,000 people were killed and over 15,000 homes burned. So there are many people, survivors. They lost their houses, and they lost their family members. According to my parents, because my hometown is countryside. So all the the people. Next page, please. War orphans. They lost the parents' houses. they came to countryside because they're not able to stay in city, in the burn, everything, nothing, no water, nothing. So all the kids, well, of course, the adult too, some, but most of the war orphans, they came evacuate to the countryside. And my parents, they saw some baby, small kids, they die in the river, in the ditches, and in the cave. And they all the not enough food, skinny, everything, and smell body after they die, smell bodies coming out. So my father decided to pick up their bodies and the burial behind the temple, because at the time government function is not working well, all the confused, nothing official rescue or plan, nothing. So many orphans, they moved to the countryside, especially around my temple. So my father, doing the burial, the baby bodies. At the same time, my mom and dad, they decided to open the temple for shelter for them. And as you see the pictures, they're all over. Station, basement, all the burned in the building, no food, no any rescue, no any supportive plan. So people that die, kids all die. And next page, please. This is an image of the my temple, war orphans. My parents, they receive about 100 over war orphans to sleep in the temple. And my father and the mom, they went to the members house to house, because even that, my parents, they don't have enough food. So they went to, because luckily our temple, my home temple members are farmers and fishermen. So they went to house to receive food, to cook for, helping for the war orphans. So my mom shared many times how hard it was. Even though, they evacuated my temple, but kids die every day. So they burn, behind the temple, they cremated. My parents said was hell, was kind of hell. Small kids, even though they cannot say, with no power, energy, just eye contact and cry, as my mom told me several times. So 1 year, 2 years passed, and around the 1947, finally government, or also U.S. government, start supporting a plan. So in my temple, with the few of this, of orphans, and they survive. When I was 11 or 12 years old, one day, I still remember that after school, I came back home. And then one big car, American, very open car, came into the temple yard with Yakuza guy. Sunglasses, very bright jacket, the shining shoes. And I was cleaning the yard in the temple yard. And the car came in. And the two wonderful, beautiful girls beside. So, wow, what they came from? I never saw this kind of people, because temple members, the oji-chan, oba-chan, very nice, but the American car, I think like a Lincoln, a big car came in. Wow, the first time to see the American cars at the time. And then doors open, and Yakuza guy came out. And he said, "Oh, Bochan." Bochan means, oh boy. Hey boy, where's your mom? And he said, "Hi, oh, my mom? You mean the Nishiyama, Sumie? Yeah, oh yeah, Nishiyama sensei. She stay home? Ah, yes, she's still home. You wanna see him? You wanna see my mom?" And she, yeah, take me to the to see your mom. So I took them, beautiful girls. So I'm so nervous, perfume smells, everything first time. 11, 12 years old, almost kind of teenager. So, wow, so beautiful. I watching not the guy, but the two women. And I just I took them to the living room. And then when they entered, the guy entered the room. My mom was sitting in the living room, and then Yakuza guy bowed his head deeply, and he said, "Nishiyama Sensei, a long time not see you. Do you remember me?" And my Okasa said, "Oh, oh, you are Koji, right? Koji." His name is Koji. "Oh, how have you been? Where were you?" And I was so nervous. I'm watching the two girls are still. And then my mom said, "Shindo, make a tea for them, okay? Make a tea." "Oh, okay, okay." And I joined the sit together. And my mom said, "Koji, where were you?" "Hi, sensei." He changed. He became a polite guy, not the Yakuza guy. Just like nice. And they start talking about. Then I found out, Shindo, this guy, you know, he was one of an orphan. He was, my temple, and he lost 5 siblings, including and the 2 parents also. So he was alone. And my Okasan, my mom start talking about, "Koji, you are so nakibeso, always crying. And then nighttime, you always came to my futon to sleep, and you crying. But the daytime, you are always like a, warubozu. Always, meet the people and hit the people, the kids. That's why I remember well. But Koji, I'm so happy you're still alive." And then he explained, "Yes, I became a Yakuza, but I'm working hard. I'm working hard for community." Yakuza image is like a gang, mafia. They're always hard people or, strength the people, like the, take money for. But before Yakuza is a very nice Yakuza before. They're very in the community to help the people. So he said, "Nishiyama Sensei, I'm working hard. I founded a company, on the Bay Area, and I am helping, cargo ship, the cargo is, the kind of issues, the work." And my mom said, "Oh, Koji, I'm so glad you are now is very healthy, but how come you have 2 girls?" And he smiled. I still remember that. And then he took a bag, paper bag, and onto the living room table. And he said, "Nishiyama Sensei, this is my appreciation for your kindness and what you did for everyone." And he opened the bag. The glove was cash, about 50,000 something kind of dollars cash. At that time, is a very value is high. And he put the cash in. The first time I saw, wow, what is the cash is? A small 11, 12 years old young boy, the much cash the first time. And he put, Nishiyama Sensei, this is what I can do for you. And this is my return, my gratitude, what you did. On is returning something for somebody do, somebody share the love and caring. So next page. So on, next page, yeah. On in Jodo symbolism. Next page, please. Shinran Shonin. Next page. He wrote, which I shared the opening aspiration. He said, the hymns of the Dharma age. He said, such is a benevolence of Amida's great compassion that we must strive to return it, even to the breaking of our bodies. And he continued, next please. When we say Namo Amida Butsu, the countless Buddhas throughout the 10 quarters, surrounding us at the 100-hole and 1,000-hole, rejoice in and protect us. What Shinran Shoni said, even you breaking your bones dust become dust. We have to repay our appreciation too for Amida Buddha's countless wisdom and compassion. But in fact, actually, we cannot break our bones. But Shinran Shoni is showing this is what, how much the deep the Amida Buddha's wisdom every day working on our daily lives. But we don't appreciate too much. But that's what Shinran used. Even you're breaking your bodies, you have to appreciate because of a countless Buddha's wisdom, compassion, non-stop his wisdom. But also Shinran continue. When you say Namo Amida Butsu, countless the Buddhas in the universe, they praise your recitation, they joy, and they very happy to listen what you reciting Namo Amida Butsu. So Jodo Shinshu, returning our gratitude to the Amida Buddha's benevolence, we just recite Namo Amida Butsu. We don't need to return, throughout the bone, breaking our bones, not the monetary, but sincerely, in a deep gratitude, we just recite Namo Amida Butsu. Like to your parents, but most of you lost your parents already. How we can repay our gratitude to them? Incense, money, or something, flowers? Well, that's important, but most important is just say arigato. Thank you. Just say thank you, arigato, for their unconditional love, which you receive from since you were born in this life. Even you lost your parents, your loved ones, but their love continue to encourage your life. We just need to say arigato, mahalo, and thank you. This is, we say, Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu is, what we can do, return our gratitude to Amida Buddha's wisdom and compassion. Thank you so much today for your listening my message. I'm over 60 years old now, Arisa. For you, I'm an old man. Yes? Okay, still okay. Right. But I'm so happy to be here today. And Arisa, thank you so much for being our MC. And Higa-sensei, everyone's for your hospitality. I close my message with Shinran Shonin's word again. And please join me in the moment meditations. Shinran Shonin said, I quote, when we say Namo Amida Butsu, The countless Buddhas throughout the 10 quarters surrounding us and hundredfold or thousandfold rejoice in and protect us. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Thank you.
Thank you for your Ohigan message, Reverend Nishiyama. Mr. George Klum will now lead us in unison reading of the 6 Paramitas. Words can be found on the handouts and on your screen. Please join him in reciting the words out loud.
Six paramitas. Dana, giving. Sila, guidance. Shanti, tolerance. Vira, perseverance. Dhyana, meditation. Prajna, insight.
Thank you, Mr. Klum. We will now have the offertory presentation. Mahalo for your generous contributions, everyone. Please stand as we will conclude this service with singing of the Gatha Nembutsu.
Namanda Butsu Namanda Butsu Namanda Butsu Namanda Butsu Namanda Butsu Namanda Butsu Namanda.
You may be seated. This concludes today's Autumn Ohigan service. Here are some announcements. Upcoming schedule of services, events, and reminders. This Thursday, September 21st, the annual Ring Your Bells for Peace Day event will be held at 8:30 a.m. here at the temple. It has become a worldwide event, so please join us in the temple for the simultaneous ringing of bells for peace around the world together with the Kona Hongwanji preschoolers. Remember, start time is 8:30 a.m. You may refer to the flyer attached to Reverend Blaine's Friday email for more information. Next Sunday, September 24th service, we will zoom in on the Maui wildfires memorial service hosted by the Hawaii Hompa Hongwanji Ministers Association and Maui Ministers Association. Service will start at 10 o'clock a.m. A memorial message will be given by Bishop Umitani. All donations from the service will go to the HHMH Maui Wildfire Relief Fund. Please come to the temple and we will participate virtually and watch the service on our monitors. After the service, we will enjoy fellowship and refreshments. If you are unable to come to the temple, you can also Zoom in from your home by registering online, after which you will receive the Zoom link. Once again, for more information, please refer to the flyer attached to Reverend Blaine's Friday email. Saturday, September 30th, you are invited to attend a family caregiver resource fair from 9 o'clock a.m. to 12:30 p.m. at the Kona Hongwanji Social Hall. Attendees will receive helpful information on resources available, hospitalization of their loved ones, and levels of care. The event is sponsored by Kona Community Hospital and is free to the public. Reverend Blaine has also attached a flyer of this event to his Friday email. Sundays, October 1st and October 8th, regular Dharma family services will be held at 10 a.m. Reminders: be sure to open, read, and click on attachments and interesting links that were included with Reverend Blaine's weekly update, which he emailed this past Friday. 2023 Temple membership update forms have been mailed out and are also attached to Reverend Blaine's email. Please be sure to complete and return them as soon as possible. Mahalo. Free COVID test kits with extended expiration dates till October 2023 are still available. Please help yourself because COVID is still lurking within the community. Any other announcements, Reverend Blaine or anyone else?
Good morning. It's, as some of you can see, our coffee berries are getting red, and we're going to have our annual Kona Coffee Festival from November 3rd to the 12th. So I have buttons, and this button is $5, and it will get you to almost every event that happens between November 3rd and the 12th. If anybody wants one, they can come see me. Thank you.
Hi, good morning, everybody. Thank you for being here and for joining us at our Ohigan service. Thank you very much to Nishiyama Sensei for your Dharma message and for joining us today. Also, thank you to everybody who helped at the lay convention this past couple of days. It was a big undertaking. Congratulations to Joey Guzman and Wendy back there and everybody else who really worked hard to put on a wonderful convention for everybody around the state. Also, thank you very much to Joy for playing the organ this morning. Thank you to our guests. Thank you to Susan Morishige for joining us from Mo'ili'ili also. And I think Nancy Shimamoto, again, thank you for being our guest speaker last week for Grandparents' Day. Also, sorry. Oh, and Neil, sorry, yeah, Neil, thank you for being here as well. So, also, the Peace Day on 21st, 8:30 a.m. Please come by and join the preschoolers and I to ring bells for peace. The program will run till about a little bit after 9 o'clock when we ring bells together around 9:01 or 9:05 around there for like a minute or 2 minutes. So it'll feel like a long time, but it's quite fun. The preschoolers will be here in the temple with us. So. Again, also, this month is Suicide Prevention Month and Awareness Month, so please read the information I share in my email on suicide prevention and the 988 Suicide Crisis Line. Also, we have yellow ribbons in honor of Suicide Prevention Month as well in the back, so please take one if you like. So Also, on the 30th, please also join us for the Caregivers Resource Fair. You know, we all will be caregivers or receive or need caregiving at some point in our lives. And so this is a free community resource. So there'll be lots of organizations offering information on how to better care for your loved one at home. So please join us. So again, thank you very much for, also thank you very much to the to Alyssa as our MC, and also to the ukulele players this morning for gracing us with your music. It's always something different, always something special here at Kono Honganji. So you know, we're always trying to do a little bit things differently, and so we're really happy that we can all be together and share in the Dharma and the joy of the Dharma together. So again, thank you all very much. So.
Once again, mahalo to Reverend Nishiyama for flying over from Oahu to be our guest speaker. Those of you on Zoom, you may leave at any time. Those of you here in person, refreshments will be served in the social hall. Mahalo to Elaine Nakagawa and anyone else who brought goodies to share. Your attendance today is most sincerely appreciated. Please stay safe, and we hope to see you at future services and events.